So last week you were saying that even Ibn Salama got dunya, or at least he got dunya. But then like the murids that chase after dunya, they don't even get dunya or akhirat. They lose both. What makes a murid in this way, even though we run from the outside dunya?
Because it's better than following someone. Because the one who has an authority over you, you find that hellish. Anything is better than that. In fact, there was a saying of, I forget which, one of our grand sheikhs, I think it might have been Shah Naqshbandi even. You saw a man rolling on the floor. I think it was a masjid too, rolling on the floor with such happiness. And the man was saying, oh, how happy it is to not have a sheikh. Yes? Yes? One of our grand sheikh, Haja Ubaidullah Ahrar, saying that. Saying a man rolling himself on the floor and declaring to the whole world how happy he is because he doesn't have a sheikh. He stopped following a sheikh. You understand? This is the ego, this is pure ego. What makes a man do that? Because he hates to be under authority. He hates to be under the authority of someone who's going to tell him you're right, you're wrong, move right, move left. Especially things that doesn't make sense to him, that he cannot accept. That is a different kind of understanding, different kind of logic. And he's judging his sheikh now and saying, who is he? Who is he to tell me this? Or he's saying, who is he to tell me this? This sheikh didn't do this. Why is he doing it? You understand? Don't think that didn't happen during Hazrat Umar's time. It happened during Hazrat Abu Bakr's time. All those ones also who opposed him, they were also those ones who were saying, Prophet didn't do this, why is he doing this? During Hazrat Umar's time, the same thing too. Prophet didn't do this, why? He had to force. Yet he was walking around with a whip in his hand. He took out his sword. So, what makes him to do that? Because Shaitan tricked them, and the pleasure and the freedom of being free from authority from a sheikh is so sweet. It can overtake him. So he can do anything it is. You're looking at that one, he's in hell. Why are you doing this? You're in hell. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you selling yourself? So many things horrible. Leave Islam is not right in any religion. You're doing this, but they're so happy because they're feeling the freedom of not having a sheikh. Someone who's not going to tell them what's right and wrong. Someone who has no hold over them, and they're free to do anything that they want. The ego is free to do it. That's why they go crazy. And in these days, it doesn't matter. The world doesn't have to offer anything to them. Just for them to be away from that is enough. It's enough. They get so happy. It's not going to last. It never lasts. It never lasts. Darkness comes very clearly, and then that time they push even more. Shaitan says, then you have to try more. But then they try more, the taste finish also. No, you're not trying hard enough. Do more, do more, do more until it's just like an addiction, no? Yes?
If we're in this way and we start to feel that pull.
Cannot hear you. What?
If we're in this way and we start to feel that pull, what can we do to fight that?
Do everything you can to fight it. We are here to fight it. It is natural to feel like that. It is not unnatural, it's natural to feel like that. You must feel like that. Then you start fighting. If you don't feel like that, you're still not being tested. Your ego is still lurking somewhere. Until they poke you, and Shaykh Effendi is expert at that. Oh, you think I'm bad. Oh. Until it releases, and then he turns and says, how do you like it? Yes? It has to come out. When it comes out, then you have to deal with it. Then you have to fight it. You understand? So, how are you going to fight it? That's when you are going to listen and put what's in the sohbat and beyond the sohbat. Sohbat is not just words. Sohbat is talking about everything. So you look at everything. And The ego does not have a playbook, a book of instructions. Hey, sit properly or else go to the woman's side. Okay. The ego does the same thing. Everyone's ego sorts of, they do the same thing. There's nothing really very sophisticated or very original or very innovative about what the ego does. Same thing. The playbook is very simple. And the people who are not understanding these patterns, it's not because they don't see it. They see it, but they blind themselves. So the one who is blind like that, there's nothing that you can do until he opens his eyes. And this is not the way of forcing. So we don't open their eyes for them. Until they open their eyes. When they open their eyes and they ask, then we go. Because sometimes there is a danger too. They may complain to say why nobody is saying something, but we know if somebody says something, you'll become 10 times more stubborn. 3 people go, you're going to be 300 times more stubborn. Now that time, sometimes they stay away. Shafani will stay away. He says, if I speak to them, the shaitans will go crazy. So that's why I leave them alone.